So when I reacted to Rush Territories, some people said I need to check out Boston. I have not seen a song come through for that one yet. I don't know who they are, but if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. But it was also requested that I react to Armor and Sword. And this is Snakes and Arrows Live. This is the one that I found because I wasn't given a link, I believe. I believe this is one that I found. And I do like the live performances. I truly do. So that's what we're going to review today. And I don't know what to expect, but I know that their lyrics, Neil, who sadly is no longer with us, if I remember correctly, was someone who did a huge play on words with his songs. And so the group definitely knows how to interpret those words, but it always makes me think, and I like to think that it makes other people think, right? So I'm definitely looking forward to Armor and Sword. The first thing I think of is the armor of God, but probably not thinking of the same thing. But anyway, that being said, I don't want to waste any time. You guys already know if you want to show love and support to the group and want to help them grow their channel, I'll link ways for you to do that in the description box below. But anyway, let's get started.
The snakes and arrows a child is heir to are enough to leave 1,000 cuts. We build our defenses a place of safety and leave the darker places unexplored.
So first off, the visual on this is it breaks up every now and again. It looks a little pixelated, but I'm still hearing it okay. So when I post this, I hope it sounds okay on your guys' side, but I'm hearing it fine on my headset, but the video itself gets pixelated from time to time. Interesting start to the song for sure, but I want to continue hearing it because I want to make sure I'm hearing it correctly. Turn up the volume a little bit more for myself. Let's keep going.
Our better nature seek elevation, a refuge for the coming night. No one gets to the heaven without a fight. No. We hold beliefs as a consolation, a way to take us out of ourselves. Meditation or medication, a comfort or a promised reward. Sometimes the spirit is too strong, or the flesh is too weak. Sometimes the need is just too great for the solace we
want to stop there for a second because he said something that was kind of interesting to me. He said, we hold our beliefs as a consolation and then meditation and medication as a reward. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that statement, but I can understand how some people would conclude that thought, you know, and you know, we try to like say like somebody's crazy if they have faith or believe in something, or if they're going against the narrative, it's they're crazy, they need to meditate or be medicated. You know, there's a lot that can be said about that. There's like, I feel like it's one of those verses that has double meaning again, but also like I can agree to disagree on some of that, but at the same time, it's not that I don't fully understand it either. Like I see where they're coming from, and that's the part where I guess in being in that space where you want to understand other people's viewpoints comes into play, because they're definitely saying something with this, you know, with this song. Let's keep going.
No one gets to the heaven without a fight. A refuge for the coming night. A future of eternal life. No one gets to the heaven without a fight. No. Confused belongs of struggle and flight. Bodies drained of color. Hide the flashes of artillery light. No one gets to the heaven without a fight. Battle flags are flown at the feet of a god unknown. No one gets to the heaven.
Like if I, you know, because I have the lyrics pulled up right now, which was all the fumbling I was doing on my desk. Confused alarms of struggle and fight. Blood is drained of color by the flashes of artillery light. No one gets to heaven without a fight. The battle flags are flown at the feet of a god unknown, and no one gets to their heaven. I see what they use there, their heaven, because we have all these different religions, right? For me, everything always ends up pointing back to God, no matter what religion you're in. It always ends up pointing back to God in some way, shape, or form, but I don't think that God is unknown. I think he's very present, and I think if he wasn't here, you would feel it. But the sentence where he says no one gets to heaven without a fight, it's not necessarily, I guess I would love to understand who they think a person is fighting with, because I would always say it's an internal fight. And you know, that's not something that you can't overcome. You can always overcome that. Just, are you willing to do the things that it takes? Like, you know, stop doing the things that you know are bad, you know, and surrender yourself to God instead of being for the world. Because when you're surrendering yourself for the world, then you're not surrendering yourself to God, and your life is not your own. My life is not my own. I truly and firmly believe that. Respectfully, of course, I don't want to like interfere with anybody else's beliefs, but kind of like what they said in the beginning of the song, which was, our beliefs are some sort of consolation. I don't feel like the beliefs are a consolation. I feel like our beliefs are valid in many different ways and for every religion, because I think at the end of the day, everything points back to God in some way, shape, or form. So that's just me. Take it for what it's worth. But the lyrics are definitely thought-provoking, and this group is definitely thought-provoking. So let me come back a little bit here. So again, another thought-provoking song. I hope I'm saying that right, because it seems like it's a tongue twister for me today. Um, for this group, and I gotta say, I do love hearing their music because they do talk about quite a few things. I don't think there's a subject that they probably haven't breached, is there? Um, and I feel like their play on words is interesting. This song in particular is like, it doesn't change my faith, and it doesn't change my beliefs. It doesn't change how I view God the Father and Jesus the Son and the Holy Spirit. It doesn't change that, but it certainly makes you think about others and their belief systems, and it certainly makes you think about, like, what's the fight? Is it different for each sector? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. I just know what mine is. And I think at the end of the day, that's all anyone can say. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. So if you like the content, then you guys already know what to do. But until then, I hope you live your life fabulously, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.